What is going on, everybody? Today we are back and we are working on the ultimate 4Runner restoration build-up project. So last time you saw us, we pulled the body off the frame on the parts 4Runner, and today we're going to work on bringing that old chassis back to life. And what I mean by back to life is I'm going to strip absolutely everything from it, take the drive shafts, the exhaust, the tranny, the front diff, everything I can off the frame, see where it's weak, pour 15 it, and yeah, make it look essentially new. Now the exhaust on this thing is not actually bad. It doesn't appear to have any holes or anything in it, so I might try to keep it in good shape because I might end up using it later, or I'll rebuild it from the front back. I don't know yet. Now to make this thing so that it can still roll, I'm not going to take out the rear axle and rear suspension yet. I am going to take off the spare tire carrier because we're probably going to use one of the swing out tailgate spare tire carriers. So yeah, the spare tire carrier is kind of useless. Okay, the spare tire carrier is off, as well as a bunch of other random brackets and stuff, and the rear body mounts off this frame. Perfect. And as you can tell, I did have to cut a couple of the bolts off. Not to worry, I had my fire extinguisher handy just in case, because it is really dry out. Moving forward, next up is exhaust and brake lines. Here's one of the main reasons why I'm going to be replacing all these brake lines. Look how rotten and just falling apart this brake line is. That is not something you'd want to trust driving down the road. So yes, all the brake lines are getting replaced. Even the ones that look okay, you never really know. And now, the rear end of this thing is starting to look a lot more empty. The exhaust is gone, the drive shaft's gone, spare tire's gone, brake lines are gone. And yeah, it's coming together. But look at this. Look at all the years of dirt and dust that has gotten in the top of these coil buckets and shock mounts. That's nasty, and I'm just going to shop vac all that out right now because I'm curious what it looks like underneath that. And as I thought I'd find, as I vacuumed up all that dust, is it's not very pretty. All that dirt just absorbs moisture and rots out the inside of here. Now I didn't find any holes, but it's still pretty rotten up here, so I'm gonna have to see how much material there is actually here. Now I found what looks like a stud and a couple bolts and a washer hiding in the dust on the top of this coil perch. And that made me think, oh, is that the mount for the bump stop? But I looked, and it looks like the bump stop just sits on top of the coil. And there was nothing for hardware on that side. My guess is it was the top of an old shock that was here that managed to find its way into there. I don't know. Okay, I think it's time to tackle the transmission now. Let's get that out of there. Okay, now that the transmission is gone, let's work on gutting the rest of the front end. I think I want to have this thing up on blocks in all four corners with all the suspension, everything gone by the end of the day. I think that's a good goal. So, gonna keep working. Hey guys, just interrupting the video real quick to remind you to smash that like button. And hey, if you don't mind subscribing, my goal is to hit 10,000 by the end of this year. So yeah, if you can help me out and hit that subscribe button, that'd be much appreciated. Back to the video. Alright, now we're starting to make some real progress. Time to move on to getting all the suspension off the frame. And then it's going to start looking real naked. Alright, the front end is entirely stripped down and on axle stands. Honestly, it's not taking that long to get all this ripped apart. The control arm on this side really did fight me. The other side came off so easy. Now it's just time to take the rear apart. And after a crazy productive day, look, it's now officially a completely bare frame. This is exciting because from now on it's going to be reconstruction of this 4Runner. That means brand new parts, or I'll refurbish some of the old parts and put them back on it, but whew, this is awesome. Something interesting I learned with taking out the rear suspension is this actually had an Old Man Emu lift in it. I knew it had a lift, I couldn't tell what it was because the front struts were so blown out I couldn't read anything on it, but the rear coils have an Old Man Emu tag on it, so it had an Old Man Emu lift. I'll probably end up using those rear coils, but not the front struts. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of Dirt.Garage. Remember, if you like the stuff, please remember to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hey, if you want to support the channel and our projects, head over to www.dirtgarage.ca, grab yourself a sticker, a t-shirt. Every little bit helps, and we really appreciate it. Anyways, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.